It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 22. It's the Washington Commanders and the Denver Broncos, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now, because
here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started.
And we are underway here in London. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go! Ready.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 7 Pirates, go!
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
And this is going to be a Commanders' first out as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Come on. Hit.
To throw is Daniels. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And down to the 41.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it, got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Robinson with another carry.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
That sack there, that likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on 3rd down, that lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
So on 4th down, Austin Seibert on to try the Washington field goal.
This from 44 yards out, left hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So a long drive, 11 plays all told, but in the end, they come away with nothing.
And what can you do from an offensive standpoint except pat your kicker on the head and say, get them next time?
So the Broncos coming out now. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
A first carry now. This is Williams.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. From the 35, here's the 2nd and 9. Mims in motion right. Now it's Nix. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Inside the 10. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, You just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get this to the 32.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Throwing Nix. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's football 101, isn't it? Tip your cap to the rookie. He knocked that one away, but he better not relax. They're going to test him all game long.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Now Daniels. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
19 tight. 19 tight. Flash, flash.
Robinson will try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now they'll audible to something else. To throw is Nix. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Nix to the air. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. Cut 19.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Ready? 18 Cardinal.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Seibert's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-to-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll try to shake off the cobwebs from the interception he threw on the previous drive that led to the field goal, as now they're dealing with a little bit bigger of a deficit. 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Now a 2nd and 6. To throw, here's Nix. Flush to his right. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Up the middle, it's Williams. Michael Walker there to bring him down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Offside. Defense.
And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Holding. Offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Here's Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And now an audible here into something else. Back to throw. Nix. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Nix. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up first and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's 3rd and 6.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Here we go, set. 18, double, 18, pioneer. Go street. 19, light.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Now Williams running left. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Open man is the tight end, Troutman.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37. And now they'll shift things around. On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one swung out to Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
First possession of the second half now for Washington.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
To the air goes Daniels.
Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
2nd and 5.
Here we go. Set.
Robinson on a give right side.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
But Nick Bonito not letting him escape there. He was in instant pursuit off the snap and dropped him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Daniels looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
There's the stiff arm. The solid stiff arm. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
65 cap, 65 cap, go!
Robinson up the middle. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Open man is Noah Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now time will be called here as Washington has... player down on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here we go, here we go!
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a short gain here, down to the 22. There for the stop defensively, Nick Bonito. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Let's go now!
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
Offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Come on, come on. Hey.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the 1st. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Pretty good effort there just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I thought for a second he might get all the way and pick up the 1st.
But he really did give it an excellent effort, a little extra effort there. He actually kept them in a position where there's a decision to be made on 4th down.
Here comes an important one now for Austin Seibert. This will get the lead up to 7. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now they'll change things up.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. They try the left side here with Williams.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Check.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Benjamin St. Juste there on the stop. From the 38 now. Here's second down at a yard.
60 by 6, 60 by 6. Track 60.
Operating from the gun. Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. A give to Williams, running right. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
70 rate, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw. Nix. Being chased out left. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun is Nix. That's complete right around the 8. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Nix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
3rd down and goal coming up here. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on the play of the game now, 4th and goal. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Oh, they're changing this at the line.
19 Lions. 19 Titan. 19 Buffalo 18. 79 Broncos.
They're going. It's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Williams can't punch it in on 4th and goal. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson getting set for this next drive. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to, second and one is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
Warriors 70. Ready.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And he's able to get up here to the 26.
Second and one is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ready. Check, Panther.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Pat. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18, Pioneer. Ready, ready.
Hand off now to Robinson.
Oh, and now some space to operate. Whoa, it still won't go down. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16.
Charles, in these lower scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They played turnover free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, and that's what won them the game because even doing it that way, being that clean partner, they weren't able to really run away with this game. So that tells us just how important it was to make sure you played mistake-free football. That led to the victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say cheerio from London.
From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home Seahawks. The veteran Jason Myers will get this one started. And off we go from Lumen Field. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Julian Love brings him down. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll throw with Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Stop is made by Jaron Reed. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Daniels now going to look to throw. To the outside, into the hands of McLaurin.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Now they'll set up the screen to Eckler. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the 1st down.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. Well, they hook up again, 2nd time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a 1st down.
Come on. Set. Cavity Lions. Cowboy 80.
A gift, and here comes Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. They get 24 on that one, and just like that, it's 1st and goal.
I've always gone by the philosophy, Mike, that the pass sets up the run. And in these last 2 plays, that's exactly what happened. You hit them with the big pass, they adjust. You soften them up a little bit, you take advantage for the big gain on the ground.
They'll run with Robinson. A short game. down to the 7. Second and goal.
Get it. Bronco quick. Bronco quick.
One more time, it's Robinson. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Trying to cash in on this opening drive. Here's third and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll try to run with Robinson. And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force fourth down.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Want to finish this opening drive with 6. So the decision is go for it on 4th and goal. They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. And this is caught. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Terry McLaurin, touchdown Commanders. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Seibert's extra point is true, and the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10.
There we go, to one. Hold on.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion.
There we go, to
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. Crazy. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
They'll motion over Metcalf. The tight end Fant in motion. Once again, it's Walker. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Smith, RPO, and that's Lockett. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Commanders with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment.
Hey, here we go, hey.
3rd and 6.
Ours.
Here's Gino. He gets that to his big target, Fant. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Lockett headed in motion. Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he's going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
13 next. Check 59, Cobra.
Smith. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. The tight end Fant in motion. A shotgun run now with Walker. And he's close to the 1st down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down.
Tuesday.
They'll motion over Metcalf. They'll try and run it with Walker. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here.
53.
I think he's going to lose a yard. Gino going to throw for it. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That pass taken in by McLaurin. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He finds De'Ami Brown. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Throwing on second down, Daniels. Now he takes off. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Come on. Hey.
On second down, it's Daniels. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
The sideline erupted. They thought that was an easy 6, but instead, it was nothing but disappointment. I mean, that is a gut-wrenching missed opportunity for the offense, and he has his head down just in disbelief.
Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. 3rd and a yard. It's Daniels. In trouble, and down he goes. So it's 4th down, and Austin Seibert out to try the Washington field goal. This one from 39 yards out. Seibert's kick is good. And the Commanders will extend to a 10-0 lead. So here at halftime, it's the visitors, the Commanders, who are out on top. As we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports halftime report with the coach. Jonathan, all yours. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. They'll motion over Metcalf. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
This one complete to his tight end, Fan. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion.
Check 58.
On first down is Smith. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And a good run there. Finds the lane. Gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Here's 3rd and 2.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll motion over Metcalf.
Indy. Look, Jack's left. Here we go, sir.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. He's going to air one out for Metcalf.
This has really just been the story of the entire game. They just seem out of sync, don't they? I mean, they desperately need to find a way to just get some points on the scoreboard, any way it takes. They don't complete on the deep pass there, but keep shooting for it, because at some point something's going to break your way, and they desperately need it.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down.
Tuesday. Hey, let's go on Wednesday. Here we go, sir.
They'll try it now with Walker. And he will have the Seahawks 1st down. They find a way to convert on 4th down and pick up 10 yards.
No ball. 49, flip it off, 49.
Play action now. It's Geno. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. They run with Walker. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming.
Strike. There we go, Sonoma.
From the gun, it's Geno. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Hey, here we go, hey. Middle.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
They'll motion over Metcalf.
Here we go, Sonoma.
From the shotgun, it's Smith. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And he's got the 1st down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And a short pickup down inside the 10. Now here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, let's go Sunday. Alert.
Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. Here now, 2nd down and goal.
Hey, here we go, hey. Alert, Jack's left. There we go, sir.
Smith to Smith and Jigba. He brings it down to the 5-yard line, but now it is 3rd and goal. They'll motion over Metcalf.
53, 53. Thomas up.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Noah Fant, touchdown Seahawks. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, Noah Igbenogany. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Commanders' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. Ready.
They'll throw with Daniels.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback just understanding on these early downs you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Get it.
So, points at a...
On the go.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Go.
Here's Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He'll try and get there on the ground. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on 3rd down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the 1st down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Ted. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Panther 11. Panther 11.
They'll go again with Robinson. And he's going to bring this one close to a 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down.
Check that. Check that.
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he will have the Commanders' 1st down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
Running right up the gut, it's Eckler. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Ready, ready. Go! Ready.
From the shotgun on third down, Daniels.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
And this one online, and it is good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So here's Seibert. Made the field goal a moment ago, and now we'll kick this one away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Not much happening there, just a short gain. They'll come up for 2nd and 9.
There we go, Simone. There we go, Simone.
From the shotgun, Smith. That's complete to lock it outright. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. They go with Walker. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another 1st down.
There we go. 13 net.
Now Walker. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
They'll drop to throw. There's the big tight end pass. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. Here's 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
On second down, it's Gino. Taking off, and the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Working out of the gun, Smith. And that would be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Walker. The Commanders' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager.
Here we go.
But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Seattle.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports as we get set for a Super Bowl 48 rematch.
Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Smith and Jigba in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
From the 33, here's second down and 7.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Smith.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And just shutting him off there.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
They run it again with Williams. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The stop there on 3rd, they could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Williams will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Lucas Crow.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 36 yards on the play. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. Up the middle, here's Walker. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Smith. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
A shotgun snap for Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Let's go now. Bronco 80. Cowboy 80. Warrior 70. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. It leads to a first down.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On the set.
Now a handoff running left. This is Williams. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing Nix. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And now the rookie's free. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's a tough blow there offensively. Had a decent drive going. You've got the lead, and now things completely flip on you.
Yeah, because they've been dominating on both sides of the ball. But after that mistake there, it's got to be tough for them to look up and realize we're trailing in this ball game. I thought we had complete control.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Here we go, set. Mikey, 18. Dragon, 60.
To throw, here's Nix. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. And now they'll audible to something else. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. 60, Wildcat, 60, come 19, come 19.
Here's Nix. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. While you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Gino. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Hey, we go. Hey, go flip her up, flip her up.
Now it's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Myers' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And coming out now, the Broncos. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. To throw from his end zone. Nix firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Mims in motion right.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Ernest Jones.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be for him. Remember, CD, he had the turnover earlier, and now the pick 6, that's the cherry on top.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. When you force a turnover on defense, you're the guy most excited about getting back out there and trying to force another one. How about him picking off that pass, setting his sights on the end zone? You know he wasn't going to be denied getting there either.
Delay of game, offense.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is now 13.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 20. The Broncos about set to go on offense. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. And now an audible here into something else. Nix from the shotgun. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop He does have the first down. To throw is Nix. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Second down and a yard. Now it's Nix. And that is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They try the left side here with Williams. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Nix to the air. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Back to throw. Nix. And this one complete again to Mims. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Marvin Mims, 38 yards. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back reception. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And now Smith going to change the play. Walker now on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As it's time now to send you back stateside. Well, time is of the essence. We breeze through halftime, and we are ready for the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
A give to Williams, running right. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw. Nix. Got a man open. It's Sutton. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. And now they'll shift things around. Operating from the gun. Nix. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line. Working out of the gun is Nix. Sliding out of the pocket. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Williams running left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams. 15 yards. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Steps away to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. From the gun, here's Smith. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And this will be caught at the 30. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now a 2nd and 10. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Wiggles free. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. They juked him. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And Smith here, an audible at the line. Here's Walker. And he stopped immediately there. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Walker once more, and this time he's in. Touchdown, Seattle.
A 15-point game now. You make the extra point, and that means on the other side you need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. That's a pretty tall order here in the fourth quarter.
Agreed, because they really needed to come up with a stop there, and even if it was just to hold them to a field goal. Now they need to pull out the lucky horseshoe because they've got to get an onside kick, and we've seen nowadays those are incredibly difficult to come by.
And not to mention they got to get the touchdown and a 2-point conversion first.
5 plays there on that drive.
And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Mims in motion right.
2nd and long.
He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Now they'll change things up.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Throwing now is Geno.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nix. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Second down and inches. Going for it all. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Josh Jobe. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 67 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Smith going to move him around. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Geno now to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So the Broncos now down by 16, 56 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Nix. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
Throwing Nix. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
They'll try and throw for it. Complete at the 1. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. 35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one.
Illegal touching. Offense.
A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Here we go, here we go.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And able to get this to the 31.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Here we go, hey.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and that should just about do it.
Hey, let's go Wednesday, on Wednesday.
Again, it's Walker.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Commanders. And it's coming up next.
Here's Austin Seibert to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium in Landover. That one over the back line of the end zone. The touchback means the drive will start at the 30. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
You just can't say enough about Geno and his turnaround over the last couple years, Mike. I mean, many thought he was destined to just be a career backup and just play out the rest of his career. And when things didn't play out at first, instead of just listening to those doubters, he just kept working on his craft. And next thing you know, he gets an opportunity with a new team, makes the most of it, and he's now solidified himself as a bona fide franchise quarterback in this league.
They put the tight end Brown in motion. They'll go play action. It's Smith. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. That's the safety, Percy Butler. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And he'll get this inside the 10, but not much further than that. Daniels to throw on second down. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up first and goal.
A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's first and goal.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They'll run with Robinson. He slams it in there, and he is in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Seahawks offense ready now for their second drive. They had that pick on the opening drive. It led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back first and 10. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. Taking on defenders, plowing forward. A pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Walker. And he's going to get it. 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line. The tight end, Fant, in motion. Gino now on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And we won't see a return here. This is going to be marked down inside the 15. The Commanders' offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. A good push from the defense. They get him down back at his own 10.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
Panther Street! Panther Street! 70 Lions!
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Cowboy 80. Ready. Ready.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Eckler. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Here we go. Stack.
We'll try the right side with Robinson. He'll manage only a couple. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. Second down and 8.
Ready.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. To the right side, catch made by McLaurin. 17 yards that time to number 17.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's going to run it.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
Third and a yard.
Go. Ready, ready.
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And they pick it up. He's to the 42-yard line. And the drive continues. 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll work his way down to about the 41. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Let go.
Throwing now, Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And they'll take this down inside the 35. And they will take their final timeout of this half. And of note, since they're out of timeouts, they cannot challenge for the remainder of this half. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready.
On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter.
Ready, ready.
A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
21 is the line to gain as we hit 3rd down.
Come on, set. Check smash, check smash. Ready.
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Seibert's kick is good. And the Commanders will extend to a 10-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So here's Seibert, made the field goal a moment ago, and now we'll kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Geno. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. Smith now to throw on 1st down. A gain of 11 there, and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down. Lockett headed in motion. We'll try and run it with Walker. And he'll take it down to the 22, but they've got it. That's enough for the 1st down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
On 1st down, here's Geno to throw. He's got it at the 7, and he's going to be taken down. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. The tight end Fant in motion. Here's Walker. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Charbonnet going to try to pull his way in. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll run with Walker. Good blocking, and he's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks are on the board. It's 10-7. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll start out first down and 10.
Okay, break. Go.
Here's Daniel. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie linebacker.
So often it just comes down to decision-making, and while you understand there's going to be ups and downs and ebbs and flows anytime you're dealing with a young rookie quarterback, the reality is he wants to play well here at home. Maybe he's pressing a little bit, but he wants his fans at his home crowd to be behind him and support him. That's going to come. That's going to be all in due time. But here today, he's got to worry about just play well and execute at the quarterback position. Everything else will take care of itself.
Smith to throw on first and 10. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Out of bounds, but in business. They mark him down near the 2. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal.
So close to taking that one in. Good job defensively. We're able to force him out of bounds just shy of the pylon, but you can bet when he gets up, he's going to look over at his sideline, Mike, and be like, no, no.
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Here comes a return from the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10.
Get it.
Now Daniels. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
He finds the veteran Ertz. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes
that's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Rayshon Jenkins. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
13X. Alert.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. A second down throw for Smith. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there, and it'll bring up second down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Now, a second down throw for Smith. Into the hands of Lockett. Complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Smith from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
And that one not going to have enough leg behind it. Not by a long shot. It is no good. And the lead holds steady at 4.
Tag! Three!
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Seahawks are out in front, as we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This returnable from the 4. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9. Second and a yard.
Let's go.
Another run here for Robinson. To the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Commanders. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now we're looking at 3rd down. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he will have the Seahawks first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard. Off the play fake, it's Smith. Sending it downfield for Fant. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the first down.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. The tight end Fant in motion. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. The tight end Fant in motion. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop them. That will be no gain on the screen. They'll motion over Metcalf. The tight end Fant in motion. Try to get him to jump. Did not work. Good job by the defense to stay disciplined. It's a delay again. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This one from 49. And that's going to run out of steam. It comes up short. No good. And this is going to remain a 3-point game.
There's an old saying in golf, Mike, that when you're on the green, never up, never in. In this case, the ball's on target. It just didn't have enough steam to get there. Winds up no good.
The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead to the 43-yard line. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, here we go. Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
On play action, Daniels. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
That's McLaurin open on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of 20, much of it coming after the catch as they pick up the 1st down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
A give, and here comes Robinson. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Come on, set.
On 2nd down, it's Daniel. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. So we are through 3. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. They'll throw with Daniels. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down, Washington.
Get it.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Ready. 70 Timberwolf. Cougar 19.
They run over center with Robinson. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
On the set. Here we go. Set. Ready.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. About 19 yards on that one. They're in business It's 1st and goal.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. You're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
They'll run with Robinson. And he's into the end zone yet again. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Smith. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. A 1st down throw for Smith. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. On 2nd down, Smith. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. The Commanders will signal for the 1st of their timeouts. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Gino. That's complete to Lockett outright. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll drop to throw. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. Here's 2nd down. Gino to throw. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look, and they were ready, and they took him away.
From the gun on third down, Smith. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. So the pressure's on. Here's the veteran, Jason Myers. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Myers back out there. Had the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock.
Got it. Ready?
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Let's go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready, ready?
They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? A give left side. Here comes Robinson. And that'll keep the drive going. He's got the first down. Up past the 40-yard line.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him. And I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
Here we go. Here we go.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready?
On the give, it's Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. So it's a win here for the Commanders. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And they're going to send their fans home quite happy. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders are winners, as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.